Hi everyone, welcome back to JP WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well and I hope you're having a great Friday if you're watching this when this video is being released. This is the preview of West Ham's 13th home game of the 22-23 Premier League season, where we welcome fellow Claret and Blue boys and Danny Ings' former club Aston Villa to the London Stadium this Sunday afternoon for a 2 o'clock kickoff live in the Premier League. But unfortunately, as it's Sunday at 2 o'clock, it's not on any UK TV channel. And the way that our games have been going recently, I'm very, very happy this isn't going to be broadcast. As always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor, 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website. But as you can see from the icon that's up here, there's also Aston Villa retro gear in there as well, along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts made by Admiral and Umbro, so go check those out as well. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, I'll be sending directly on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and slightly further afield as well over the last few years to help people that are really struggling in very difficult times, even before this financial crisis we're in at the moment, to help put food on their table. So guys, go grab yourselves a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to your respective club shop, or a very nice polo as well for that matter, and you'll be helping those the less fortunate than you and I. So guys, as always, let's go by start off the video, I should say, by talking about the officials. The referee for this game is Chris Kavanagh, unfortunately. His assistants are James Mannering and Wade Smith. The fourth official is Darren England. On VAR, we have Michael Salisbury, and his assistant is Scott Ledger. So, Kavanagh aside, yeah, it's not too bad, to be fair. As we remember, we beat Aston Villa away at the start of the season, our only victory on the road so far, with a clumsy, shall we say, Fornals powder puff-esque goal 15 minutes from time. You know, got a very lucky deflection, if I remember correctly, from that. And, yeah, but yeah, it's at least honestly, that was the hallmark from one point of view. You know, that was the where we need to be really focusing on not playing badly, but not playing brilliantly, but still coming away with the 3 points. We've not been able to do that this season. We really haven't, especially on the road. Now, our last 3 home games in the Premier League against Villa, as this is their 4th season back in the Premier League since the 15-16 season, shows we've won twice and drawn once. David Moyes' home record as a Premier League manager in all teams that he's managed shows that he's won 6, drawn 7 and lost 2 against them. So there's a very good chance we could be picking up something on Sunday. I really hope we will be. Villa are 11th in the table after 25 games at the time of this recording, with 10 wins, 4 draws and 11 losses. They've scored 31 goals and conceded 38, and they're on 34 points. Now, of the 12 away games that they've played so far this season, they've won 4, drawn 2 and lost 6, scoring 11 goals and conceding 19. Of their last 5 away games, they've won 4 and lost once. So the momentum from that point of view is very much going to be with Aston Villa, but we really need to build very quickly against these guys. Now, Unai Emery's away formation since taking over in November shows to be a 4-4-2. So if we do the slight variance of the 4-3-3 that Moyes has been putting out and I've been putting in the previews recently, then I think we can really exploit the gaps of the 4-4-2. You know, it'd be very tricky for us to be able to dominate in midfield against Villa as a result of it. But at the same point, I do think we'll have a standing chance, which we'll go on to when we talk about the West Ham section. Now, Villa's style of play is taking long shots, attacking down the left, playing the offside trap, and playing in their own half. They are strong in creating chances using through balls and individual skills as well, but they are weak at defending against long shots and set pieces, avoiding fouls in dangerous areas, and they are also weak at aerial duels and are very weak at avoiding individual errors. Now, if this was the start of the season, I'd say we could absolutely smash them as a result of it, but their weaknesses are just as bad as ours. So yeah, again, I'll come on to it in the West Ham section. Now, looking at Villa injuries, Kamara is being assessed for a possible leg injury. Coutinho is out with a thigh injury. Silva is out with a calf injury, and Dendoncker is unfortunately out due to personal reasons. And it looks like Carlos and Steer are also out with Achilles tendon problems as well. Now, of Villa's highest goal scorers on the road, it is no surprise it's Ollie Watkins of 4 goals and 1 assist, and their highest assister is Douglas Luiz with 3 goals and 2 assists. Now, players to look out for, other than the guys we just mentioned: Moreno, Bailey, McGinn, Buendia, Digne, Matty Cash, Tyrone Mings, you know, Martinez, the goalkeeper. Very, very they've got a very, very good squad, Villa. I can understand. I can understand, you know, all the hype around them, because even since, you know, they had a bit of a problem with, sorry, for lack of a better way of putting it, of Steven Gerrard, you know, and it was, you know, the name versus the man and all the rest of it. But at the same point, guys, I do think Villa have still got a very, very good side. Obviously, you know, even though they sold their main man, you know, the Poundland Beckham, as I like to call him, I think Villa have still got a very good side, and they're proving that under Emery. Again, it just shows the right manager for the right team. You know, Emery had an okay run at Arsenal. Wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst in any shape or form. A big boots to fill after Wenger was stepped down. But yeah, I think Villa are a very, very good side. I can understand why my guitar hero Steve Craddock has supported him all his life. All his family support him as well. And I got, a long time ago now, I got into conversation with his cousins, and it was quite a bit of banter between us when they found out I was a West Ham fan. So yeah, but now, guys, it turns over to the Patreon analysis, where we go into more tactics and more ways I think we can beat Villa. So if you want to become a Patreon, it's £3 plus VAT, or £2.50 plus VAT a month. That's it. You spend more on a pint in London than you do on a month of subscription. So if you want to get access to extended content, there's matchday blogs up there as well. I'll be putting a blog up later today for about the Europa Conference League game last night. But yeah, guys, so let's crack on to it now, and let's go over to the Patreons and to go into the extended analysis. Now, looking at West Ham, guys, I totally forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video. There are timestamps in there, so if you want to jump around once the premiere is done, then you're more than welcome to do so. But turning to West Ham, I'm just gonna keep it for the Premier League games, because the Conference League I'll save for the second leg. But the Brighton game, we absolutely were atrocious. I can understand why people were saying that this is the worst performance they've seen for a long time, if not ever. I know it's a bit of an exaggeration, but I just don't understand how Moyes can't figure out the tactics to beat Brighton. I really can't. If I can identify the strengths. You know, we had Rice coming out saying that they couldn't figure it out. Moyes coming out saying they play in an unusual way. They don't really. They don't. I don't get it. I mean, they do, but they don't, if you know what I mean. They do from a fan perspective. They shouldn't be from a manager's perspective. That's the way I'm looking at it. You know, it's poor. It really, really is absolutely poor. The way that things are going at the club at the minute. It really, really is bad. Really, really is bad, and it's just, I really hope that we can put some really decent side out on Sunday and really go for it. You know, because at the end of the day, we need to experiment a little bit more. We have to try something different. Stop rolling out the same old crap. Just try something. Be unexpected. That's why a manager does really well in their first season at the club, because they will roll out with tactics that people can't predict. We can predict. If you and I can predict Moyes' substitutions, his tactics, and his starting 11s 95% of the time, then I'm sure professional managers can do that, and professional players can as well, for that matter. And that's what I think. Just mix it up a little bit. Try something a little bit different. Try something that's not going to be expected to happen, because that will really screw up a manager, the opposing manager, and the tactics that they're going to be put out. That's the whole bloody point. Now, turning to injuries, it looks like Paqueta felt his thigh last night, which is why he was being subbed off, and Antonio also felt his hamstring, so both seems to be doubts for this game. Cornet gave a great performance on his return, set up a beautiful ball for Paqueta, but unfortunately it just didn't seem to happen. Which again I'll go into when we discuss the second leg. Soufal is still out, as is Fabianski, unfortunately. So I still maintain we need to have a 4-2-1-3 or 4-2-4 style formation, as I said out for the Patreon. As I said for the preview of the Conference League game. Now, this is the starting 11 that I put out for last night's game, and I think this is the same starting 11. It's not going to happen in any shape or form. I'm probably thinking Ogbonna's going to probably return, but other than that, I think this is the starting 11 that Moyes should be. He won't in any shape or form, but I should I would hope that he would put out. Areola in goal, with a back four of Johnson, Zuma, Aguerd and Emerson. Rice and Souček in the defensive midfield positions, with Ings playing the second striker role behind Bowen, Skamaka and Benrahma up front. So thank you very much for your time, guys. As always, put your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know your thinking on this, and also, of course, let me know if you agree with the starting 11, or if not, then what starting 11 would you put out? If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe. Thank you to everybody that subscribed last night to get us to 2242 subscribers. It's really, really nice. We're 8 away from 2250. So if you're enjoying the channel, then by all means, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to make sure you know when content is going up, and make sure that your notifications are set to all as well. There will be a post-match analysis on Sunday afternoon, / evening. So keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, guys, thank you very, very much for your time. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday, unless anything else pops up. All the best now. Take care.